good evening, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. This is Across the Republic with me, Rakta Mishra. Viewers, we will be getting you all the latest updates with Republic TV's exclusive ground reports. First up, the top story that we're tracking from Kashmir. Once again, a dastardly attack in the valley, killing 7 people. The LG has met the victim's family, assuring them of justice. Also, we will be telling you the latest on the NIA probe in the Delhi blast case that happened yesterday, remember? And also, the inside scoop that Republic TV is going to get you exclusively on the Mahavikas Aghadi logjam over this seat sharing ahead of assembly elections. First up, the headlines at 6 p.m. Lashkar-e-Toiba commander Sheikh Sajjad Gul, suspected to be the mastermind behind the terror attack in Gagangir of Ganderbal that killed 7 people. Demolition process of 3 illegal stories of disputed building in Shimla, Sanjoli begins amid tight security. Samajwadi Party MP hurls abuses at the CJI Justice D.Y. Chandrachud after he prayed for a solution. He said that he prayed for a solution to the Babri Ram Mandir dispute. As NIA steps up the CRPF school blast probe, top sources say police wrote to Telegram seeking details of those behind this. And amid stalemate, the MVA is all set to convene another key meeting and announce the first list of candidates for Maharashtra. Viewers, Jammu and Kashmir has witnessed a second cowardly terror attack within just 3 days. 7 people have lost their lives, non-locals once again on the target of these Pakistani-sponsored terrorists. Lashkar commander Sheikh Sajjad Gul is said to be the mastermind, the prime suspect behind these attacks. And top sources tell Republic TV that Sajjad Gul, who heads the TRF, an offshoot of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, is currently believed to be operating out of Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, the NIA has announced a reward of 10 lakh rupees on his head. Protests have erupted against Pakistan. There's anger raging, and the tears, of course, also rolling down the cheeks of the family members. They're inconsolable. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha met the families of the victim and spoke to Republic TV, vowing a befitting reply. Republic is reporting from the attack site to bring you the latest on the deadliest terror attack in the valley since the coming of Omar Abdullah government. Here's a report.
The probe into the dastardly killing of unarmed workers at a tunnel site in Jammu's Ganderbal gathered momentum on Monday as the investigation zeroed in on the mastermind. According to top sources, Pakistan-based Sheikh Sajjad Gul, who leads the Resistance Front or the TRF, emerged as the prime suspect behind the attack. An offshoot of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, the TRF claimed responsibility for the attack that killed a doctor and 6 migrant laborers posted at a site of a key infrastructure project at Gagangir in Ganderbal. According to sources, Gul currently operates out of Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and has a bounty of rupees 10 lakhs on his head by the NIA. Meanwhile, 4-member probe team of the National Investigation Agency reached Jammu on Monday. The NIA team is headed by an SSP rank officer. Meanwhile, a high alert was also sounded across Jammu in the wake of the attack, with the area where the dastardly killing went down cordoned off and additional security forces rushed in. According to top sources privy to the ongoing probe, the terrorists behind the deadliest strike in the valley since the coming of Omar Abdullah's government are believed to have crossed over from North Kashmir. As the probe picked up the pace, leaders across the political divide condemned the attack. Union Minister Giriraj Singh condemned the attack while condoning the loss of lives.
राहुल गांधी से पूछता हूं और फारूक अब्दुल्ला से, आतंकवादियों के समर्थन देने वाली पार्टी की सरकार हो तो ये घटना होना स्वाभाविक है। जिस कश्मीर को मोदी जी ने शांति लाया, रोजगार लाया, माहौल लाया, उसको फिर ये फारूक अब्दुल्ला और कांग्रेस की सरकार बिगाड़ेगी।
Repeated attempts are being made by the Pakistan and the terrorist anti-national forces to bleed the Kashmir. Our army jawans and police jawans have cordoned off whole Sonmarg area. Massive search operation is going on. I am sure all these perpetrators, all terrorists involved in this Sonmarg terror attack will be eliminated.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha met the injured construction workers at the hospital as well as the kin of the victims. Visuals showed the LG comforting the bereaved kin. Speaking to your channel, the LG vowed a befitting reply to Pakistan.
ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा। पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
I will take you through these visuals. These forces are leaving for the operation site, and you can see this is the spot where the ongoing operation is going on, and these troopers are leaving for the ground zero. You can see here in the visuals, my Vijay is showing the visuals from the Ganderbal, Gagangir, where the ongoing operation is underway since yesterday later, and you can see the troopers are leaving from this very spot towards the water bodies are also being monitored continuously. If my VJ can pan camera to this side, and you can see these troopers are leaving for the operation site. We have seen yesterday the special operation group along with the Indian Army are here, and they are going toward, and this road leads to the operation site where the ongoing operation is going on. Also, if we'll talk about the ongoing operation, these type of the water bodies too are being monitored closely, because we have seen this water body is very close to the attack site which we have seen yesterday, in which 7 people have been killed.
As the cowards behind the dastardly Ganderbal attack crawl into their holes, the forces are determined to hunt them down.
Now, a day after a low-intensity explosion shook a high-security area in North Delhi's Rohini, an FIR was registered in connection with this incident. Now, your channel has accessed the exclusive details of this FIR, which says that the explosion left a big hole in the boundary wall of the CRPF school in Prashant Vihar area. Meanwhile, top sources say that the Delhi police wrote to the UK-based messenger service Telegram seeking details of a channel called Justice League India. A post on this incident along with CCTV footage of the blast was put up on this very channel, raising suspicions that who's behind this. Here's a report with all the latest.
The probe into the low-intensity blast outside a CRPF school in North Delhi's Rohini took an intriguing new twist on Monday. According to top sources, Delhi police wrote to UK-based messenger service Telegram seeking details of a channel by the name Justice League India. A post on the incident, along with CCTV footage of the blast, went up on the channel, raising suspicion of the involvement of Khalistani groups overseas. While no outfit has come out claiming credit for the blast yet, sources said that all angles were open and being looked into. Delhi police has filed an FIR in connection with the low-intensity blast. Your channel accessed exclusive details of the FIR, which expanded on the nature and intensity of the blast, saying that it left a big hole on the school's boundary wall. In another development, Delhi police questioned the person who made the PCR call to report the incident. Caller said that he was jolted out of his sleep as the deafening blast rang out and immediately informed the police.
बहुत जोर का धमाका हुआ, धुआं उठा है।
आवाज सुनाई दी आपको?
हाँ, आवाज सुनाई दी, धमाका की आवाज बड़ा जबरदस्त और बहुत ज्यादा धुआं है।
ठीक है जी।
और शांत विहार थाना लगता है, जल्दी भेजो, कोई ब्लास्ट तो जरूर हो।
Meanwhile, Delhi Police Special Branch, NSG, SWAT and forensic officials were at the spot hunting for leads in the case.
Some time back from the location where there was a light intensity explosion that had taken place, you saw that there were officials from the National Investigating Agency coming over here. Important to note over here that the Delhi police has already registered an FIR under several sections of BNS and Explosive Act, but now taking into consideration that this explosion has occurred in the national capital, the central agencies that include the likes of the National Security Guard and also the National Investigating Agency have also come in and trying to find out some vital exhibits and leads which they can get hold of so that they can get to understand what exactly was the real motive of this light intensity explosion having taken place.
As the probe gathers steam, the leads seem to be pointing to anti-India elements overseas.
Right, we cut across to Mamata Banerjee, who's right now speaking to the doctors at Navanna.
খাতা চেক করি তাতে মনে রাখবেন অনেক কিছু বেরিয়ে আসবে।
So a lot of things will come out if we really check the background of the doctors.
সবাই তো চায় না।
ম্যাম এটা চাই আমরা এইটা সরি টু একদম চাই ম্যাম একদম স্বচ্ছ না একদম স্বচ্ছভাবে ম্যাম এক্সাম ক্লিয়ার
We want that you check background of all the doctors. The junior doctors are interjecting the chief minister.
খাতা দেখেন এই 59 জন মানে পাস করার যোগ্য হবে না ম্যাডাম একটা 110 পার যোগ্য।
The chief minister was saying that if someone is suspended, then first there should be inquiry. Aniket Mahato, one of the junior doctor, is saying whoever is suspended from RG Court, they are notorious criminals and they should be submitted.
আমি 2 বছরের পরীক্ষা নিয়ে বলছি।
Mamata Banerjee is saying that I am not only talking about some singular cases, we are talking about the system, the exam. We will investigate the whole matter and in future no one can
পার্সিয়ালিটি করতে যেন না পারে।
in future no one can be partial for someone or against someone, and how an impartial medical examination can be done. We will be caring about that and we will take a note of that. Because if someone becomes a doctor and he doesn't have knowledge or she doesn't have knowledge, then they will just cut the throat instead of the stomach and people will be harmed.
এগুলো দেখতে হবে আমাদের। এছাড়াও
So we have to look at that.
কালচার বন্ধ করার জন্য এগুলো করা উচিত।
I think threat culture should be stopped. Someone was interjecting and the chief minister is saying first let me stop, and I won't let the principal stop here. It's just for your information. Only chief secretary is speaking here and I am speaking here from the government side and the junior doctors.
এছাড়াও মনে রাখবেন আমার যেটা মনে হয় যে মানসিক দৃঢ়তা
and I think
সুস্বাস্থ্য
that
স্বাস্থ্য
mental strength, health
অনশনকারীদের তাদের চিকিৎসা করুন
should return,
তারা যাতে ভালো থাকে। আমি তো আবেদন করেছি অলরেডি, আমার আবেদন তো অলরেডি পেন্ডিং আছে।
I want that the fasting doctors should be taken care of,
পয়েন্টগুলো
and
মানে
I
ভ্যাকেন্সিগুলো
agree to the point that immediately recruitment should happen in all the medical colleges, but in some cases the government's hand is tied up because someone goes and files a PIL and then the government cannot recruit because of this PILs.
OBC reservation আমরা যখন recruitment
The Justice Department is not in our hand and we cannot do anything in such cases.
এটা ছিল, এটা আছে, আমি কি করে চেঞ্জ করে দেব? এবং when the matter is sub judice,
how would I change
সুপ্রিম কোর্টে পেন্ডিং
when the matter is sub judice?
আমি জানি না,
it's pending in the Supreme Court. I don't know if you would believe me or not, but we are really trying to raise the matter of recruitment in the Supreme Court, but we cannot do it. So this is Mamata Banerjee speaking to the junior doctors. There was a light altercation between Mamata Banerjee and junior doctors. We will be coming back to this meeting and further breakings on this after a short break. Keep watching Republic TV.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
जब फटा देखा तो यहाँ पे पूरा धुएं का गुब्बार था, पूरा धुआं का, बहुत देर तक रहा, कम से कम 10 मिनट तक धुआं रहा पूरी तरह। किसी को भी समझ नहीं आया। यहाँ पे आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पे जो सामने दुकानें हैं उनके ऊपर के शीशे भी टूटे हुए हैं, उनके नाम भी हिले हुए हैं।
After massive protests in Shimla over the illegal structures in Sanjoli, the demolition process finally began. In the area, 3 unauthorized stories are being raised amidst a heavy police deployment. Now, the Shimla Municipal Commissioner Court had directed the demolition of 3 stories of the building on the 5th of October. Watch this report from Ground Zero.
The demolition process of 3 illegal stories of a mosque in Shimla's Sanjoli began today. The demolition began on the orders of the Municipal Commissioner Court. The illegal roof of the structure was raised first, followed by the lower stories. Massive police force was deployed on the ground.
Finally, after the verdict was pronounced by the MC Commissioner to demolish 3 illegal floors, today the Sanjoli Masjid Committee have taken this step in this direction. Today, the roof has been raised off, and in the coming days, 3 floors would be demolished.
The mosque committee is bearing the demolition cost, but the Masjid Committee president said there is a shortage of funds for the process.
जो मैंने वकफ को लेटर लिखा था, उनका ऑर्डर मुझे आज रिसीव हो गया और जैसे हमने कहा था भाईचारे को कायम रखने के लिए हमने कदम उठाया था, हम उस पर कायम है और हम जल्दी ही शायद हो सकता है आज ही काम शुरू कर दें। लेबर से बात चली है और जैसे ही लेबर वाले आ जाएंगे हो सकता है हम आज ही छत खोलना शुरू कर दें।
देखिए, मस्जिद का गिराने का जो फैसला है वो नगर निगम द्वारा दिया गया था और हम जो है उनका भी शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं इसके लिए कि जो इनलीगल तरीके से बनाई गई मस्जिद थी उसको तोड़ने का आज जो है वो जो यहाँ की कमेटी है, मस्जिद कमेटी है, उन्होंने जो है वो खुद ही इसको तोड़ने का काम शुरू किया है। हम उनके इस फैसले का भी स्वागत करते हैं।
सुखद दिन भी आज आया, अगर एक संघर्ष किया है और हमने अगर वाटर कैनन और लाठीचार्ज का सामना किया जो जिसकी नौबत भी इस प्रदेश में आई, तो लेकिन उस सब के ऊपर भी आज ये सुखद दिन है कि ये मस्जिद को डिमोलिश करने के लिए माननीय न्यायालय और वक्फ बोर्ड ने इनिशिएटिव ले लिया है और हम इसका तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं।
ठीक है, हम जब माननीय न्यायालय में शपथ पत्र दिया फील गिल्टी का और उसको तोड़ने का माननीय न्यायालय ने आदेश दिया तो ये पहल करनी चाहिए थी, इसका हम स्वागत करते हैं, ये अच्छी पहल है।
स्थानीय लोग तो एक जैसे एक अवैध निर्माण होता है ना, उसी तरह देखते हैं, जो एक अवैध निर्माण के उस पे जो उन्होंने कमेंटमेंट किया था उस पर वो खरा उतर रहे हैं।
The Himachal government saying the demolition was carried as per the court's direction appealed for peace.
मैं तो पहले तो जो उन्होंने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया है उसका वेलकम करता हूं, जो उन्होंने वॉलंटरीली तरीके से अवैध जो भवन है और उसके जो अवैध पोर्शंस है जो 3 फ्लोर है उसको डिमोलिश करने का जो फैसला है उसको अमली जामा आज से पहनाना शुरू किया है। हम एक संवैधानिक ढांचे में हैं, लोकतंत्र में हैं, जहाँ पे कोर्ट्स की अपनी गरिमा है, अपना एक रोल है।
जो मस्जिद के लोग हैं वही उन्होंने कहा था और उसका खुद ही जब उन्होंने कह दिया कि अगर कुछ अवैध है तो हम उसको तोड़ देंगे, तो अब जो हमारे मुस्लिम समुदाय के भाई है, जो मस्जिद के प्रधान हैं, इमाम हैं, वो खुद चाहते हैं लीगल है तो क्योंकि वो सौहार्द बना रहे हैं तो वो खुद उन्होंने किया, तो उसमें हम उसमें कोई सरकार का कोई हस्तक्षेप नहीं होता। धन्यवाद।
Tension surrounding the illegal structure came up on September 11 when a protest was staged, injuring at least 10 people. 2 days later, similar protests broke out in Mandi, where authorities were forced to use water cannons to disperse the crowd. The Shimla Municipal Commissioner Court had directed the demolition of 3 stories of the mosque on October 5th. The court had told Sanjoli Mosque Committee to complete the demolition in 2 months.
That's all we could pack in this edition of Across the Republic, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more breaking updates on all the stories that we're tracking on the other side. Stay tuned.
Seven killed in Pakistan attack in Kashmir. Ground reports from Kashmir. Live from Kashmir attack site. on. This is exclusive this evening at 7 p.m.
An agreement has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control in the India-China border areas, and this is leading to disengagement and eventually a resolution of the issues that had arisen in these areas.
Ahead of Prime Minister's visit to the BRICS summit, India and China agree on disengagement in Ladakh. Pakistan terror killed 7 in Kashmir. Lashkar-e-Toiba commander Sheikh Sajjad Gul suspected to be the mastermind.
Pakistan! Pakistan! Pakistan!
Massive anger against Pakistan. Protests take place in Jammu and Kashmir demanding a strict action. Process to demolish illegal portions of the structure in Sanjoli of Shimla begins. 3 unauthorized floors of the controversial structure being demolished. Amid the ongoing protests against RG Kaur rape horror, 17-member delegation of doctors meet Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Four accused in the Baba Siddique murder have been produced in court by the crime branch today. Good evening, viewers. You're watching Republic TV with me, Dr. Mishra. We start with the top story of the day. We are tracking from Jammu and Kashmir. High alert has been sounded across the Jammu region following the terror attack in Gagangir of Ganderbal of Jammu and Kashmir. Security has been significantly beefed up, particularly in the areas where the non-locals reside, because this attack was targeted once again on the migrants, on the non-locals. Officials have been instructed to reinforce security throughout this region to prevent further incidents. There are 7 people, viewers, who have lost their life in this terror attack. And high alert in Jammu. The NIA has taken over the investigation. Mastermind is said to be Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist, that is Lashkar commander, and he is reportedly right now operating from the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Sajjad Gul of TRF, that's an offshoot of Lashkar-e-Toiba. In the latest, viewers, Manoj Sinha, the LG, visited the victims' families, assured them of all the help and bringing justice to the victims. Take a listen to what Manoj Sinha had to say. Bol diya.
सुरक्षा बलों को पूरा फ्री हैंड दिया गया है और ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा।
तो सरकार की नीति बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है आतंकवाद के खिलाफ, एकदम
उसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
सर, पाकिस्तान लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है माहौल खराब करने की।
स्वाभाविक रूप से कोशिशें हैं, लेकिन हमारे सुरक्षा बल, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस, सेना मुस्तैद हैं और बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन से निश्चित रूप से हम।
क्या संदेश रहेगा पाकिस्तान के लिए?
पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
The Chief Minister, Omar, remember, it's happening right after he took over as the Chief Minister, and he's also the MLA from Ganderbal. He visited the visited the families of the victims. Take a listen in to what he has to say as he faces mounting protests also in Jammu.
कई सारे कीमती जानें छीनी गईं और कुछ लोग ज़ख्मी भी हुए। बेगुनाहों के ख़िलाफ़ इस तरह तशद्दुद का इस्तेमाल ये कहाँ से जायज़ है और इससे हासिल क्या होगा? पिछले 35 साल से तो हम ये देखते आए हैं, लेकिन जम्मू कश्मीर में कुछ नहीं बदला। जो जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए मिलेगा वो पुरअमन एक माहौल में मिलेगा और जाहिर सी बात है इस हमले के पीछे वजह ये है कि वो दिखाना चाहते हैं कि जम्मू कश्मीर में हालात अभी पूरी तरह से साजगार नहीं हैं।
Now, viewers, let's take a look at what the people of Jammu and Kashmir have to say. Remember, they have a lot of expectation, a lot of hopes after what has transpired in the past many years. There's abrogation of Article 370. Now, there's an elected government also. After 10 years, they saw elections that were very safe, they're very secure. There was no attack during the elections. But now, this happening, the infiltration is incessant and the terror attacks turning deadly, viewers. Let's take a listen into the people of Kashmir. What do they have to say?
नॉन लोकल और एक यहाँ का लोकल डॉक्टर जो है उनको कल मिलिटेंटों ने अपना निशाना बनाया। कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये तो सर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये सरासर गलत था, क्योंकि ऐसा अटैक नहीं करना चाहिए। क्योंकि ये जो यहाँ पर टनल प्रोजेक्ट्स बन रहे हैं, ये हमारे विलेज की यानी कि हमारे जो यहाँ हमारे गांव है या हमारा लेह लद्दाख है या हमारा जो ट्रांसपोर्ट यहाँ से चलता है, उनकी सहूलियत के लिए ये है कि हमारे टनल बनाई गई बट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने। मगर ये जो इन पर अटैक हुआ है, जो लेबर्स थे इसमें इन्वॉल्व जो लेबर हुए, ये काफ़ी इसकी मजम्मत करते हैं एज लोकल होने के नाते कि ये सरासर गलत है, ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए। क्योंकि ये जुल्म और ज़्यादतियाँ हैं। क्योंकि ये जो आप यहाँ पर जो प्रोजेक्ट बन रहे हैं, ये तो कश्मीर के डेवलप के लिए हैं और कश्मीर के लोगों के फ़ायदे के लिए है। क्योंकि इससे पहले जब हमारे यहाँ टनल नहीं थी तो करीबन 10 या 20 दिन लगते थे गाड़ी को लेह लद्दाख जाने के लिए। उसके वजह सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो टनल दो प्रोजेक्ट बनाए वो बेहतरीन थे, हम उसकी मतलब तारीफ़ करते हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो प्रोजेक्ट बनाए। तो आज हमें इतनी सहूलियत होती है कि इन टनलों से पास होकर हम जब वहाँ गाड़ी लगभग 1 या 2 दिनों के अंदर लद्दाख तक पहुँचाते हैं और वहाँ पर हम जो अपनी बिजनेस को बढ़ाते हैं आगे, उससे हमारी जो हमारा रोजगार है वो भी बढ़ता है, वो भी अच्छी तरीके से चलता है। तो ये जो कल जिस तरीके से भी अटैक हुआ है, जिसने भी किया, मैं उनकी बहुत मजम्मत करता हूँ।
आप मुझे बताइए, जो इंसिडेंट कल हुआ यहाँ पे, जो मजदूर बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने के लिए आए थे, इसमें एक डॉक्टर भी है, उन्होंने फायरिंग करके उनमें जो 7 लोग जो हैं उनकी हत्या कर दी। कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये सर बहुत बुरा हुआ हम लोगों के लिए, हम लोगों के लिए पूरे हर किसी के मजदूर के लिए बहुत बुरा हुआ। कि इससे टनल के इस काम से कितने गरीब मजदूरों के रोजी रोटी चल रही है, कितने बेचारे बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने आए, घर में बीवी बच्चों को छोड़कर आए। हम लोग खुद काम के दिन कर रहे थे, आज हम लोगों को भी बेकार बैठा पड़ा और परेशानी पूरी, ना रात ना दिन कहीं है, ये पता नहीं कब क्या हो।
घर में जो बच्चे वगैरह हैं वो घबराए हुए हैं, हालांकि आप भी अपने घरों से
पर बैठे रहे सर, पूरी रात भर बैठे से रहे।
हालांकि अगर इन मजदूरों की जो बात करें जो कि बाहर से यहाँ पे आए थे, टनल का काम जो कि एक हिस्टोरिकल यहाँ पे एक टनल बनने जा रही है, हालांकि कश्मीर की जो डेवलपमेंट के लिए काम कर रहे थे उनको ही टारगेट किया गया। उसके साथ एक डॉक्टर भी है, उसको भी निशाना बनाया। कैसे देखते हैं आप इस चीज़ को?
ये बहुत बुरा, बहुत गलत हुआ सर, बहुत गलत हुआ ये।
All right, we shift our focus now to Maharashtra. Now, despite several meetings to sort out the differences and resolve the impasse over the share of seats for the upcoming assembly elections in the state, the logjam within the MVA continues. Amid the deepening chasm between the MVA partners, it's understood that the opposition alliance will convene another key meeting now to break the deadlock and announce the first list of candidates.
Despite several formal and back-channel meetings to come out of the muddle over the share of seats, the Maha Vikas Aghadi failed to break the deadlock. Amid the logjam, top sources said that the MVA is set to convene a fresh meeting to settle all differences ahead of the crucial electoral battle for the assembly. The opposition alliance is likely to come out with its first list of candidates at a joint press conference of all 3 MVA partners, Shiv Sena UBT, Congress and the NCP SCP on Tuesday.
40 सीटों में आज अभी भी है, हमारे से ज़्यादा तो महायुति में गड़बड़ है, अभी कुछ सामने नहीं आ रहा है। लेकिन मेरा ये कहना है कि हमारा भी 30-40 सीटों पे जो है वो जो सीटों का बंटवारा है वो सवाल हो जाएगा।
कब तक लिस्ट बाहर आएगी?
कल हम पहली लिस्ट डिक्लेयर करेंगे, ऐसा हमारा प्लान है।
Meanwhile, it was understood from top sources that the Congress is miffed with Sena UBT MP Sanjay Raut for laying claim to the majority of seats in the Vidarbha region. As the deadlock persists, NCP-SCP leaders are likely to visit Uddhav Thackeray's residence Matoshri in the hope of hammering out a deal. Sources say that the MVA partners will arrive at a consensus over seat sharing by this evening. Earlier, a war of words erupted between Raut and Maharashtra Congress chief Nana Patole over the sharing of seats ahead of the crucial polls.
लेकिन हम लोग कमेटी जो बनी है उनके आदेश से बनी है, हमारे तीनों नेता के आदेश से बनी है। हमारी जवाबदारी है कि हमारे नेता को जो भी कुछ हुआ वो मालूमात देना, वो हमारा अधिकार है, वो देना पड़ता है। संजय राउत उद्धव जी को ओवररोल करते होंगे तो उनका इशू है, हमें पता नहीं क्या है उनका।
Meanwhile, the Congress cancelled its scheduled CEC meeting on Sunday to finalize candidates while urging the state leadership to stay put in Delhi, while the Sena UBT leaders huddled at Matoshri. Sources said that the Congress High Command is also set to hold a meeting with the party's state leadership in the national capital today. The BJP, meanwhile, took a swipe at the MVA over the seat-sharing muddle, calling it a divided house of hypocrisy.
The MVA is an opportunistic, dishonest coalition riddled with contradictions. MVA is a divided house of hypocrisy, and they have mortgaged their core ideology just to grab power and further their dynastic interests. The people of Maharashtra don't even have an iota of faith or trust in the MVA.
Congress leaders Nitin Raut hit back at BJP, claiming that such rifts are common while negotiating for seats.
देश के अंदर आज तक के जितने भी अलायंस हुए हैं, जितनी भी आघाड़ियाँ बनी हैं, जितनी भी युतियाँ बनी हैं, हर जगह पर इस प्रकार का माहौल होता है और उसको समझ लेने की आवश्यकता होती है। हर पार्टी चाहती है कि मेरा अधिकार, मेरा हक उसको मिले, मेरी भागीदारी उसमें रहे, और इसलिए हर पार्टी का नेतृत्व जो है उसके लिए लड़ते रहता है आखिर तक के। वही प्रकार महाविकास आघाड़ी के इस सीट शेयरिंग में हो रहा है और मुझे लगता है कि ये चलता है लेकिन आखिर में सुलझ भी जाता है।
As the polls near, could the MVA lock the deal at the earliest?
All right, time for a quick look at some other stories now. Union Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan met with Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to discuss enhanced bilateral cooperation in school education, vocational training and research. Pradhan emphasized India's view of Singapore as a trusted knowledge partner, especially in advancing deep tech, startups and innovation ecosystems. He also noted that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Wong have outlined a robust framework for elevating India-Singapore cooperation into a comprehensive partnership, including collaboration in critical and emerging sectors. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha visited a hospital in Srinagar to check on the condition of construction workers injured in the recent Gagangir terror attack. He directed the officials to provide necessary support to the affected families. In a statement on Twitter, LG Sinha condemned the attack, asserting that the brutal assault on construction workers would not go unpunished. The demolition of illegal portions of Sanjoli Mosque in Shimla began today following a court order from Shimla Municipal Commissioner to remove 3 unauthorized floors of the structure. The order specifically targets the 2nd, 3rd and 4th floors, with the next hearing scheduled for the 21st of December. Hindu organizations have been protesting the unauthorized construction, demanding the removal. Supreme Court stayed the operations of communication issued by the child rights body NCPCR, which urged the states to shift students from unrecognized madrasas to government schools. A bench comprising Chief Justice of India and Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra acknowledged the submissions made by a senior advocate representing the Muslim organization Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind, which will challenge, in fact, the actions taken by the UP and Tripura governments regarding the transfer of students from unrecognized madrasas.
यूपी के अंदर और त्रिपुरा में कई मदरसों को बंद कराया गया, नोटिस भेजे गए, चीफ सेक्रेटरी की तरफ से तमाम जिला अधिकारियों को लेटर इशू किया गया। उसी को लेकर के जमीयत उलमा-ए-हिंद ने चैलेंज किया था सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उन तमाम नोटिस पर स्टे कर दिया है, फिलहाल रोक दिया है। आगे कोई भी प्रोसेस स्टेट गवर्नमेंट नहीं कर पाएगी।
7 killed in Pakistan attack in Kashmir. Ground reports from Kashmir. Live from Kashmir attack site. And this is exclusive this evening at 7 p.m.
taste of success.
Viewers, we are getting you the latest lead in the Baba Siddique murder case. What Republic TV is learning in the latest is that Zishan Siddique, his son, this week is going to put forward a major lead, a massive lead, which can in fact bring about a breakthrough in this case. Viewers, remember there have been multiple theories peddled behind the murder of Baba Siddique, but Republic TV has been getting you the right angle that is being investigated, that has been in fact confirmed by Zishan Siddique himself. And for more on this, I'm being joined by my colleague Akil, who's joining us from Mumbai. Akil, tell us, what are you picking up via your sources? Zishan Siddique has been very vocal. He has been, tweeting on the matter. He has been talking about revenge. He has been talking about bringing the guilty, bringing all the perpetrators to the book. What are you picking up? What sort of revelation is he going to make?
Well, Rakshita, if you see, as of now, Zishan Siddique hasn't given a proper statement in that regard. We have spoken to Zishan Siddique's uncle as well, who's Baba Siddique's brother, and he's also reluctant to speak at this point in time. If you talk about his family members as well, Zishan Siddique's mother or his sister at this point in time, they are reluctant to speak to camera at this point in time. They are saying that we are devastated by this entire episode, and this is not the right time that we should come out on camera and speak regarding that incident. And we will definitely come out and speak regarding that incident. But today, this evening, what has happened that if you talk about Zishan Siddique posted on Twitter saying one of Papa's favorite shairis, he basically posted on X saying, "हम तो दरिया हैं, समंदर में मिल जाएंगे, तुम कहाँ जाओगे दुनिया में अंधेरा करके." So this is one single couplet which basically Zishan Siddique has shared. So he has shared not only this one share, apart from this, he has shared many couplets in the last few days, if you talk about. So apart from that, if you see, the Mumbai Police Crime Branch team is investigating the entire matter on two different trajectories. One, the Lawrence Bisnoy angle, which was being seen as a try to deflect from the original point, because what we have been seeing that there is one more angle, which is the SRA dispute angle, which is also being investigated in connection with the case. But what we have been seeing, the crime branch team so far have arrested 10 people in connection with the case. But if you see, the main accused in this case, who has been identified as Shiv Kumar, who is one of the killers, who is one of the shooters in this case, is still at large, is still absconding. So Mumbai Police Crime Branch team has formed 15 different teams across different states, and they are still searching for Shiv Kumar. Apart from Shiv Kumar, if you see, Zishan Akhtar is also one of the key conspirator in connection with the case. And apart from that, if you see, Shubham Lonkar, who is brother of Parveen Lonkar, who was arrested earlier by the crime branch team from Pune. Shubham Lonkar is the one who basically posted on social media platform and taking the responsibility behind the murder of Mr. Baba Siddique. So right now, if these three dots, these three connecting links will come forward, then only it will be clear that what was the actual motive
has been very vocal in demanding justice for his father. Yes, of course, we will have to wait and watch as to what leads is Zishan Siddique going to in fact give out, because he has vowed revenge. He has said that the fight is not over, and he has dared the killers of his father. So we will continue with our latest updates on that sensational murder, viewers, and Republic TV getting you all the latest leads.
Seven killed in Pakistan attack in Kashmir. Ground reports from Kashmir. Live from Kashmir attack site. And this is exclusive this evening at 7 p.m.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Lionel Messi showcased his brilliance with an astonishing 11-minute hat-trick, propelling Inter Miami to a record-setting 6-2 victory over the New England Revolution in a Major League Soccer game on Saturday at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This win enabled Inter Miami to establish a new Major League Soccer record for the most points in a single season, finishing with 74 points from 34 matches and a 22-4-8 win-loss draw record, edging past the Revolution's 2021 record of 73 points. As the team captain, Messi made an immediate impact when he came off the bench with the score at 2-2, and thus he assisted Benjamin Cremashi just a minute after coming on, allowing Miami to take the lead in the 58th minute. He then scored his first hat-trick for the club starting in the 78th minute, and thus became Inter Miami's all-time leading goal scorer with 33 goals. Moreover, Miami became the first MLS team to have two players in Messi and Luis Suarez each score at least 20 goals in a season. Currently, Messi and Suarez are tied for second in the Golden Boot race with 20 goals, just behind DC United's Christian Benteke, who has 23 goals. Remarkably, Messi leads the league with a total of 36 goals and assists in only 19 games. Our captain has led us and the players have risen to the challenge during tough moments. But tonight, we celebrate. Tomorrow, we'll focus on the playoffs, stated Inter Miami co-owner David Beckham. After returning from an ankle ligament injury sustained during the Copa America final on July 14th, Messi has now recorded hat-tricks in back-to-back games following his stellar performance for Argentina in a World Cup qualifying match against Bolivia. And there was to be more celebrations on the night for Miami as they received the 2024 Supporters Shield, which they had secured after securing their best regular season record in the MLS for the first time. This also marked their first piece of MLS silverware since they made their debut in 2020 as an expansion franchise. Inter Miami have previously lifted the inaugural MLS vs Liga MX Leagues Cup trophy just after Messi's arrival in the summer of 2023. But the next goal is now very simple. It is to win the MLS for the first time and to ensure that the push to sign Lionel Messi bears fruit both on and off the field.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us, and this is exclusive at 7 p.m. and our only focus is on the attack, ladies and gentlemen, on Indians. 7 Indians have been killed. Whether they are locals, non-locals, laborers, Kashmiris, doesn't matter. They were Indians first, and they have been gunned down by Pakistani terrorists. Our complete focus this evening is on the cowardly attack by Pakistan, and we'll tell you all about the developing story in Bengal as well, as Mamata Banerjee comes under pressure. We'll tell you all about that story. Also lined up on 7 p.m. This is exclusive. Here are the headlines this evening. NIA officials arrive at the attack site in Ganderbal. Central Agency has taken over the investigation, where Pakistan openly has admitted to an attack. Big statement by Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah says some with vested interests are against normalcy returning to Jammu and Kashmir. NIA takes over the CRPF school blast investigation. In the national capital, top sources saying police wrote to Telegram seeking details of a justice League India. Talks between Mamata Banerjee and doctors underway in Nobonna, in Kolkata. Will the stalemate end? Our focus on that meeting as well tonight. Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to BRICS, in Russia, India and China have agreed on disengagement at friction points along the line of action control. Disengagement is now formal. A day after Pakistani terrorists rained gunfire in Ganderbal, killing 7 Indians, there have been protests across Jammu and Kashmir this evening. So we won't say there were protests in Jammu earlier and in Kashmir now, because across Jammu and Kashmir there have been protests, and I'm getting in pictures right now. I'm going straight to the pictures coming in from Pulwama in South Kashmir. The people of Kashmir are coming out and saying enough is enough. Enough is enough of Pakistani terror. Enough is enough of this gunfire. Enough is enough of Lashkar attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. For the last almost 24 hours, a massive combing operation has been launched. NIA officials have been in Jammu and Kashmir collecting evidence from the attack site. And these are the latest pictures coming in. People of Pulwama, they are saying that Pulwama stands united. Pulwama stands united to fight terror. Those are youth of Jammu and Kashmir who are on the streets of Pulwama. This is in South Kashmir, sending a message to Pakistan and Pakistan's proxies that it is a new Kashmir and they will not take it anymore. Those are pictures and a message going out to Pakistan, which feels, and even people like Farooq Abdullah coming out this evening. Look at that. Pulwama stands united against terrorism in memory of the 7 innocent lives, and there are names there of the 7 innocent Indians who were killed in the terror attack sponsored by Pakistan. Those are live pictures coming in. We saw images of the protests ongoing in Jammu earlier today, and these are pictures coming in from Pulwama. Even people like Farooq Abdullah are sending a message to Pakistan today. Of course, you can't trust Farooq Abdullah. He changes his line, but even he's saying that the things have changed. I'm going across to Arawat, joining us live. Arawat, let's go across to him. Arawat, looking at these pictures here, and people have had enough. And then the message that we are taking away from these protests, that people have had enough of such attacks.
Absolutely, Niranjan, as we have seen before the elections, that the youth of Kashmir have rejected all the propagandas of the Pakistan, but this is the second time when after the terror attack, the youth in the South Kashmir's Pulwama has protested against the Pakistan's terror attack here in the Ganderbal, in which we have seen yesterday that the 7 people have been killed in the deadly terror attack by the terrorists, and later Lashkar's TRF claimed the responsibility of this attack, and the mastermind behind this attack was the TRF's chief Sajjad Gul, and it clearly indicates that this is a frustration among the Pakistan-based terrorists, as we have seen the development here in the Kashmir Valley after the abrogation of Article 370. But it clearly indicates that Pakistan and the Pakistan-based terror outfits have not digested it, and that's why they are trying to create disturbance in the Kashmir Valley. We have seen in the Pulwama that the protesters are coming out and they are holding the candles in their hands, and they were slogging against the Pakistan and the attackers who did attack yesterday here in the Ganderbal, in which we have seen that the 7 persons have been killed, and we have seen that the 5 others are still in the hospital. We have seen the youth of Kashmir have recently faced in the...
I want you to stay with me. Arawat, be with me. Arawat, be with me. Arawat, be with me. People cutting across different party lines are today coming together, not to say talk to Pakistan, to say that it will never be the same with Pakistan again. We spoke to some of those people who were witness to the attacks on these 7 Indians. And I want to take you through the names of some of these victims, ladies and gentlemen, because it's important to identify who was shot dead by Pakistani terrorists. I'm reading the names out. Dr. Shahnawaz, killed by Pakistani terrorists. Fahim Nasir, killed by Pakistani terrorists. Kaleem, killed by Pakistani terrorists. Muhammad Hanif, killed by Pakistani terrorists. Shashi Abrol, killed by Pakistani terrorists. Anil Shukla, killed by Pakistani terrorists. And Gurmeet Singh, the 7 victims of the attacks in Kashmir last evening. Here are some eyewitness accounts, people who saw what happened. Listen in. Let's go across to the eyewitness accounts that we referred to, the eyewitness accounts, people who witnessed what happened firsthand.
नॉन लोकल और एक यहाँ का लोकल डॉक्टर जो है उनको कल मिलिटेंटों ने अपना निशाना बनाया, कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये तो सर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये सरासर गलत था, क्योंकि ऐसा अटैक नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जो यहाँ पर टनल प्रोजेक्ट्स बन रहे हैं ये हमारे विलेज की यानी कि हमारे जो यहाँ हमारे गांव है या हमारा लेह लद्दाख है या हमारा जो ट्रांसपोर्ट यहाँ से चलता है उनकी सहूलियत के लिए ये है कि हमारे टनल बनाई गई बट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने। मगर ये जो इन पर अटैक हुआ है, जो लेबर्स थे इसमें इन्वॉल्व जो लेबर हुए, ये काफ़ी इसकी मजम्मत करते हैं एज लोकल होने के नाते कि ये सरासर गलत है, ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जुल्म और ज़्यादतियाँ हैं। क्योंकि ये जो आप यहाँ पर जो प्रोजेक्ट बन रहे हैं ये तो कश्मीर के डेवलप के लिए है और कश्मीर के लोगों के फ़ायदे के लिए है। क्योंकि इससे पहले जब हमारे यहाँ टनल नहीं थी तो करीबन 10 या 20 दिन लगते थे गाड़ी को लेह लद्दाख जाने के लिए। उसके वजह सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो टनल 2 प्रोजेक्ट बनाए वो बेहतरीन थे, हम उसकी मतलब तारीफ़ करते हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो प्रोजेक्ट बनाए। तो आज हमें इतनी सहूलियत होती है कि इन टनलों से पास होकर हम जब वहाँ गाड़ी लगभग 1 या 2 दिनों के अंदर लद्दाख तक पहुँचाते हैं और वहाँ पर हम जो अपनी बिजनेस को बढ़ाते हैं आगे, उससे हमारी जो हमारा रोजगार है वो भी बढ़ता है, वो भी अच्छी तरीके से चलता है। तो ये जो कल जिस तरीके से भी अटैक हुआ है, जिसने भी किया, मैं उनकी बहुत मजम्मत करता हूँ। आप
मुझे बताइए जो इंसिडेंट कल हुआ यहाँ पे, जो मजदूर बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने के लिए आए थे, इसमें एक डॉक्टर भी है, उन्होंने फायरिंग करके उनमें जो 7 लोग जो हैं उनकी हत्या कर दी, कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये सर बहुत बुरा हुआ हम लोगों के लिए, हम लोगों के नहीं लिए, पूरे हर किसी के मजदूर के लिए बहुत बुरा हुआ। कि इससे टनल के इस काम से कितने गरीब मजदूरों की रोजी रोटी चल रही है, कितने बेचारे बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने आए, घर में बीवी बच्चों को छोड़कर आए। हम लोग खुद काम के दिन कर रहे थे, आज हम लोगों को भी बेकार बैठा पड़ा और परेशानी पूरी, ना रात ना दिन कहीं है, ये पता नहीं कब क्या हो।
घर में जो बच्चे वगैरह हैं वो घबराए हुए हैं, हालांकि आप भी अपने घरों से
पर बैठे रहे सर, पूरी रात भर बैठे से रहे।
हालांकि अगर इन मजदूरों की जो बात करें जो कि बाहर से यहाँ पे आए थे, टनल का काम जो कि एक हिस्टोरिकल यहाँ पे एक टनल बनने जा रही है, हालांकि कश्मीर की जो डेवलपमेंट के लिए काम कर रहे थे उनको ही टारगेट किया गया, उसके साथ एक डॉक्टर भी है उसको भी निशाना बनाया, कैसे देखते हैं आप इस चीज़ को?
ये बहुत बुरा, बहुत गलत हुआ सर, बहुत गलत हुआ ये।
There have been many instances in the past when Pakistan has tested India and India has hit back hard. The message from India today, the Lieutenant Governor speaking about the attack, the attackers, the aftermath and the response now. This was what he said. Listen in. Let's listen in to what Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha said, please. Manoj Sinha, the Lieutenant Governor, this was his message earlier.
सुरक्षा बलों को पूरा फ्री हैंड दिया गया है और ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा।
तो सरकार की नीति बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है आतंकवाद के खिलाफ,
एकदम उसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
सर, पाकिस्तान लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है माहौल खराब करने की।
स्वाभाविक रूप से कोशिशें हैं, लेकिन हमारे सुरक्षा बल, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस, सेना मुस्तैद हैं और बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन से निश्चित रूप से हम।
क्या संदेश रहेगा पाकिस्तान के लिए?
पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
Going on to Gursimran. Gursimran, of course, you know, every time there's an attack, there are these Lashkar proxies that claim responsibility. One, do we know who carried out the attack? Do we have exact specific names? Of course, we may not want to share it. I just want to know whether they've been identified. And two, what is the response so far and the response expected?
See, Niranjan, first, this is a Lashkar group, be it their proxies or it is a Lashkar group and a Lashkar commander who now heads a TRF. This is Sajjad Gul. A 10 lakh bounty on him has been announced by the National Investigation Agency because he has been involved in the many terror crimes that have taken place in the Kashmir Valley. He's the one who has brought in this new term of the targeted killings in the Kashmir Valley, the spree of killings that we have seen in the October 2021 that started in the Kashmir Valley when we saw back-to-back killings taking place. And similar is the case now. He wanted to revive that killings in the Kashmir Valley, and that's why this hit squad was sent. Lashkar calls it a Falcon squad. Now it has been identified in the sense that some of the overground workers and the guides that have helped them to infiltrate into the Indian territory, even the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir has also accepted that the infiltration has taken place. So they have been identified, and now based on their inputs and the interrogation that the police is carrying out, they are trying to reach out these terrorists. The terrorists are believed to be Pakistani terrorists. They are not the local terrorists, at least what we are picking up so far in this investigation that is being carried out by the central agencies as well as state agencies. It is very important to mention that this group was specially infiltrated from the North Kashmir, followed the Tulel route to heading towards the South Kashmir. This was their route, and in between they got the message that they have to carry out this attack, and based on the recce that was carried out by the overground workers, they carried out this attack. The timing of the attack is similar to what has been the modus operandi of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, even in the Jammu region, that when it is dusk, then they will carry out this attack and then they will disappear in the forest. This is a similar modus operandi that they have followed this time as well, Niranjan.
Right. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. And we are watching very, very closely. The Indian Armed Forces, the NIA, all investigating what's happening. Let's quickly shift our focus to Kolkata now, where there is a key meeting that's underway. A key meeting where we don't know what the outcome will be, but given the mood of the protesting doctors, the champions who've been on the streets of Kolkata, they are in no mood to relent, and they have been speaking or trying to speak to the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee. That meeting is on. I'm going across to our teams in Kolkata to get the details of the meeting between the doctors and Mamata Banerjee, the meeting that was underway in Nabonna. These are details that are coming in. Junior doctors are meeting with the West Bengal Chief Minister, the State Secretariat. And before going into that meeting, the junior doctors said they were looking forward to a positive outcome, saying that they were hopeful that something would come out of it. 17 junior doctors are meeting the Chief Minister of West Bengal today, 17 of them. And Kishale is live with us right now. I'm going across to Kishale. Kishale, to all our viewers who are watching us, watching the show, why don't you tell them what the demands are as it stands today and what's been the response of the government so far in Bengal?
Well, the big update right now, Niranjan, is that that meeting is over. The meeting has been concluded. The Chief Minister spoke to the doctors and the Chief Secretary as well. The doctors put forth their demands. The Chief Minister had a dialogue with them. Many of the demands, the doctors actually, at some points in the meeting, there was a kind of altercation between the Chief Minister and the doctors, mild altercation where both the parties disagreed. But at the end, we saw that the Chief Minister agreeing to the point that there should be a state task force where the junior doctors should have their representatives as well. Apart from that, many of the points that the junior doctors were talking about in that meeting, the Chief Minister in some of those points said that these are sub judice matters. Some of those points were taken notes were taken by the Chief Secretary, and later on the Chief Secretary concluded by saying that all the directives that the Chief Minister has agreed to, we will be accepting that and we will be giving out a notice to you tomorrow. But now we have to see, very importantly, whether the junior doctors would accept what the Chief Minister has told them and take back their fast unto death. They said that there will be a GB meeting now, after which they will be deciding on what happened. Right now, what is the latest update is the Chief Minister has left, and now the junior doctors will be meeting and deciding on the fasting front. Niranjan.
All right. Thank you, Kishale, for joining us with those inputs, the updates from Kolkata. The meeting still underway. The Chief Minister itself, the discussion with her, that part is done. They're now discussing with officials. So we are tracking the situation closely, and we'll keep you posted the moment there's a breakthrough. It's been going on for 3 to 4 months now. Justice for Abaya campaign is alive. Taking a short break here on This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. A reminder that at 8 p.m. you have Super Prime Time Max with Arnab. 3 debates coming up tonight.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Lionel Messi showcased his brilliance with an astonishing 11-minute hat-trick, propelling Inter Miami to a record-setting 6-2 victory over the New England Revolution in a Major League Soccer game on Saturday at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This win enabled Inter Miami to establish a new Major League Soccer record for the most points in a single season, finishing with 74 points from 34 matches and a 22-4-8 win-loss draw record, edging past the Revolution's 2021 record of 73 points. As the team captain, Messi made an immediate impact when he came off the bench with the score at 2-2, and thus he assisted Benjamin Cremaschi just a minute after coming on, allowing Miami to take the lead in the 58th minute.
Hello, Moto. Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand, brings you the latest breaking news updates from across the country only on Republic TV. I am Suesha Saul.
शास्त्रों में कहा गया है, तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमय, यानी अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर ले चलो। ये आरजे शंकरा नेत्र अस्पताल वाराणसी और इस क्षेत्र के अनेकों लोगों के जीवन से अंधकार दूर करेगा, उन्हें प्रकाश की ओर ले जाएगा। मैं अभी इस नेत्र अस्पताल को देखकर आया हूं। एक प्रकार से ये आध्यात्मिकता और आधुनिकता का संगम है। ये अस्पताल बुजुर्गों की भी सेवा करेगा और बच्चों को भी नई रोशनी देगा। यहां बहुत बड़ी संख्या में गरीबों को मुफ्त इलाज मिलने वाला है। ये नेत्र अस्पताल यहां के युवाओं के लिए रोजगार के भी नए अवसर लेकर आया है। यहां मेडिकल कॉलेजों के छात्र इंटर्नशिप कर पाएंगे, प्रैक्टिस कर पाएंगे। सपोर्ट स्टाफ के तौर पर भी यहां के अनेकों लोगों को काम मिलेगा। साथियों, शंकरा आई फाउंडेशन के इस नेक काम से जुड़ने का इसके पहले भी मुझे अवसर मिला है।
Welcome back. Barely days after a new government takes charge, Pakistan bares its fangs, targets Jammu and Kashmir's economic infrastructure with terrorists backed by Pakistan killing 7 workers at an infrastructure company. This is the same Pakistan which claims it speaks on behalf of Kashmiris, fellow Kashmiris watching. All that and more. Let's begin with the headlines.
Has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control in the India-China border areas, and this is leading to disengagement and eventually a resolution of the issues that had arisen in these areas.
Big announcement there ahead of Prime Minister Modi's BRICS summit participation. India and China agree on disengagement in eastern Ladakh. NIA sleuths arrive at the attack site in Ganderbal. The central agency is taking over the probe. Massive anger against Pakistan. Protests take place in Jammu and Kashmir demanding strict action. Process to demolish illegal portions of the illegal structure in Shimla begins. 3 unauthorized floors of the controversial mosque demolished. Amid the ongoing protests against RG Kaur rape horror, 17-member delegation of junior doctors meets CM Mamata Banerjee. The meeting has concluded just now. And 4 of the 8 accused in the Baba Siddique murder case have been produced in a court by crime branch earlier in the day in Mumbai. Package. All right, welcome back. Security has been beefed up after that cowardly attack carried out by Pakistan-backed terrorists in the Ganderbal area of Kashmir last evening that killed 7 and 5 of whom happened to be from outside Kashmir. Clearly, the terrorists and the Pakistani state targeting Jammu and Kashmir's economic prosperity this time, sending across a message that they can't see or tolerate the people of Jammu and Kashmir living in peace and their march to progress. Security tightened across the Union territory, and in fact, our correspondent in Jammu, Gursimran Singh spoke to Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha a while back. Let's listen into what the administration has to say on this dastardly act of terror carried out by Pakistan in Ganderbal.
सुरक्षा बलों को पूरा फ्री हैंड दिया गया है और ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा।
तो सरकार की नीति बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है आतंकवाद के खिलाफ, एकदम
उसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
सर, पाकिस्तान लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है माहौल खराब करने की।
स्वाभाविक रूप से कोशिशें हैं, लेकिन हमारे सुरक्षा बल, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस, सेना मुस्तैद हैं और बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन से निश्चित रूप से हम।
क्या संदेश रहेगा पाकिस्तान के लिए?
पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
All right, let's listen to what Chief Minister Omar Abdullah had to say on this.
कई सारे कीमती जानें छीनी गईं और कुछ लोग ज़ख्मी भी हुए। बेगुनाहों के खिलाफ इस तरह तशद्दुद का इस्तेमाल ये कहाँ से जायज़ है और इससे हासिल क्या होगा? पिछले 35 साल से तो हम ये देखते आए हैं, लेकिन जम्मू कश्मीर में कुछ नहीं बदला। जो जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए मिलेगा वो पुरअमन एक माहौल में मिलेगा और जाहिर सी बात है इस हमले के पीछे वजह ये है कि वो दिखाना चाहते हैं कि जम्मू कश्मीर में हालात अभी पूरी तरह से साजगार नहीं हैं।
In fact, Republic has been present on the ground, and earlier in the day, our correspondent Arawat Miraj spoke to some of the eyewitnesses, including the construction workers of the company that was targeted by terrorists backed by Pakistan. Let's listen to what's going on in their minds.
नॉन लोकल और एक यहाँ का लोकल डॉक्टर जो है उनको कल मिलिटेंटों ने अपना निशाना बनाया। कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये तो सर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये सरासर गलत था, क्योंकि ऐसा अटैक नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जो यहाँ पर टनल प्रोजेक्ट्स बन रहे हैं ये हमारे विलेज की यानी कि हमारे जो यहाँ हमारे गांव है या हमारा लेह लद्दाख है या हमारा जो ट्रांसपोर्ट यहाँ से चलता है उनकी सहूलियत के लिए ये है कि हमारे टनल बनाई गई बट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने। मगर ये जो इन पर अटैक हुआ है, जो लेबर्स थे इसमें इन्वॉल्व जो लेबर हुए, ये काफ़ी इसकी मजम्मत करते हैं एज लोकल होने के नाते कि ये सरासर गलत है, ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जुल्म और ज़्यादतियाँ हैं। क्योंकि ये जो आप यहाँ पर जो प्रोजेक्ट बन रहे हैं ये तो कश्मीर के डेवलप के लिए है और कश्मीर के लोगों के फ़ायदे के लिए है, क्योंकि इससे पहले जब हमारे यहाँ टनल नहीं थी तो करीबन 10 या 20 दिन लगते थे गाड़ी को लेह लद्दाख जाने के लिए। उसके वजह सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो टनल्स 2 प्रोजेक्ट बनाए वो बेहतरीन थे, हम उसकी मतलब तारीफ़ करते हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो प्रोजेक्ट बनाए। तो आज हमें इतनी सहूलियत होती है कि इन टनलों से पास होकर हम जब वहाँ गाड़ी लगभग 1 या 2 दिनों के अंदर लद्दाख तक पहुँचाते हैं और वहाँ पर हम जो अपनी बिज़नेस को बढ़ाते हैं आगे, उससे हमारी जो हमारा रोज़गार है वो भी बढ़ता है, वो भी अच्छी तरीके से चलता है। तो ये जो कल जिस तरीके से भी अटैक हुआ है, जिसने भी किया, मैं उनकी बहुत मजम्मत कर।
आप मुझे बताइए जो इंसिडेंट कल हुआ यहाँ पे, जो मजदूर बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने के लिए आए थे, इसमें एक डॉक्टर भी है, उन्होंने फायरिंग करके उनमें जो 7 लोग जो हैं उनकी हत्या कर दी। कैसे देखते हैं इस चीज़ को आप?
ये सर बहुत बुरा हुआ हम लोगों के लिए, हम लोगों के लिए पूरे हर किसी के मजदूर के लिए बहुत बुरा हुआ, कि इससे टनल के इस काम से कितने गरीब मजदूरों के रोजी रोटी चल रही है, कितने बेचारे बाहर से यहाँ पे काम करने आए, घर में बीवी बच्चों को छोड़ कर आए। हम लोग खुद काम के दिन कर रहे थे, आज हम लोगों को भी बेकार बैठा पड़ा और परेशानी पूरी, ना रात ना दिन कहीं है, ये पता नहीं कब क्या हो।
घर में जो बच्चे वगैरह हैं वो घबराए हुए हैं, हालांकि आप भी अपने घरों से
पर बैठे रहे सर, पूरी रात भर बैठे से रहे।
हालांकि अगर इन मजदूरों की जो बात करें जो कि बाहर से यहाँ पे आए थे, टनल का काम जो कि एक हिस्टोरिकल यहाँ पे एक टनल बनने जा रही है, हालांकि कश्मीर की जो डेवलपमेंट के लिए काम कर रहे थे उनको ही टारगेट किया गया, उसके साथ एक डॉक्टर भी है उसको भी निशाना बनाया। कैसे देखते हैं आप इस चीज़ को?
ये बहुत बुरा, बहुत गलत हुआ सर, बहुत गलत हुई।
All right, moving on, we saw massive protests in Shimla after an illegal structure was found essentially a mosque, but the illegal structure was something which caught the attention of the administration and people alike, and the matter went to courts. In fact, the Municipal Commissioner's Court ordered that the illegal part of the structure shall be removed and demolished. That demolition happened today, went off peacefully. Let's look at a ground report filed by Lalit Sharma there from Shimla.
The demolition process of 3 illegal stories of a mosque in Shimla's Sanjoli began today. The demolition began on the orders of the Municipal Commissioner Court. The illegal roof of the structure was raised first, followed by the lower stories. Massive police force was deployed on the ground.
Finally, after the verdict was pronounced by the MC Commissioner to demolish 3 illegal floors, today the Sanjoli Masjid Committee have taken this step in this direction. Today the roof has been raised off, and in the coming days 3 floors would be demolished.
The mosque committee is bearing the demolition cost, but the Masjid Committee President said there is a shortage of funds for the process.
जो मैंने वकफ को लेटर लिखा था, उनका ऑर्डर मुझे आज रिसीव हो गया, और जैसे हमने कहा था भाईचारे को कायम रखने के लिए हमने कदम उठाया था, हम उस पर कायम हैं, और हम जल्दी ही शायद हो सकता है आज ही काम शुरू कर दें। लेबर से बात चली है, और जैसे ही लेबर वाले आ जाएंगे हो सकता है हम आज ही छत खोलना शुरू कर दें।
देखिए, मस्जिद का गिराने का जो फैसला है वो नगर निगम द्वारा दिया गया था, और हम जो है उनका भी शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं इसके लिए कि जो इनलीगल तरीके से बनाई गई मस्जिद थी उसको तोड़ने का आज जो है वो जो यहाँ की कमेटी है, मस्जिद कमेटी है, उन्होंने जो है वो खुद ही इसको तोड़ने का काम शुरू किया है। हम उनके इस फैसले का भी स्वागत करते हैं।
सुखद दिन भी आज आया, अगर एक संघर्ष किया है और हमने अगर वाटर कैनन और लाठीचार्ज का सामना किया जो जिसकी नौबत भी इस प्रदेश में आई, तो लेकिन उस सब के ऊपर भी आज ये सुखद दिन है कि ये मस्जिद को डिमोलिश करने के लिए माननीय न्यायालय और वक्फ बोर्ड ने इनिशिएटिव ले लिया है, और हम इसका तहे दिल से स्वागत करते हैं।
ठीक है, हम जब माननीय न्यायालय में शपथ पत्र दिया फील गिल्टी का और उसको तोड़ने का माननीय न्यायालय ने आदेश दिया, तो ये पहल करनी चाहिए थी, इसका हम स्वागत करते हैं, ये अच्छी पहल है।
स्थानीय लोग तो एक जैसे एक अवैध निर्माण होता है ना, उसी तरह देखते हैं, जो एक अवैध निर्माण के उस पे जो उन्होंने कमेंटमेंट किया था उस पर वो खरा उतर रहे हैं।
The Himachal government saying the demolition was carried as per the court's direction appealed for peace.
मैं तो पहले तो जो उन्होंने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया है उसका वेलकम करता हूं, जो उन्होंने वॉलंटरीली तरीके से अवैध जो भवन है और उसके जो अवैध पोर्शंस है जो 3 फ्लोर है उसको डिमोलिश करने का जो फैसला है उसको अमली जामा आज से पहनाना शुरू किया है। हम एक संवैधानिक ढांचे में हैं, लोकतंत्र में हैं, जहाँ पे कोर्ट्स की अपनी गरिमा है, अपना एक रोल है।
जो मस्जिद के लोग हैं वही उन्होंने कहा था, और उसका खुद ही जब उन्होंने कह दिया कि अगर कुछ अवैध है तो हम उसको तोड़ देंगे, तो अब जो हमारे मुस्लिम समुदाय के भाई है, जो मस्जिद के प्रधान हैं, इमाम है, वो खुद चाहते हैं लीगल है, तो क्योंकि वो सौहार्द बना रहे हैं तो वो खुद उन्होंने किया, तो उसमें हम उसमें कोई सरकार का कोई हस्तक्षेप नहीं होता। धन्यवाद।
Tension surrounding the illegal structure came up on September 11 when a protest was staged, injuring at least 10 people. 2 days later, similar protests broke out in Mandi, where authorities were forced to use water cannons to disperse the crowd. The Shimla Municipal Commissioner Court had directed the demolition of 3 stories of the mosque on October 5th. The court had told Sanjoli Mosque Committee to complete the demolition in 2 months.
All right, Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud's musings that he prayed and hence perhaps spoke to God while handling the difficult case of the judgment on the Ayodhya Ram temple has caught the opposition up in arms to the extent that Ram Gopal Yadav of the Samajwadi Party even used an expletive. They are unhappy that while they were still trying to somehow contend with the fact that their Prime Minister speaks to God, Now even the Chief Justice of the country is speaking and praying to God. Listen into some of those reactions.
In a major controversy, Samajwadi Party MP Ram Gopal Yadav hurled abuse at the Chief Justice of India, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, after he reflected on the Ayodhya hearings at a public event. Justice Chandrachud said that he prayed to God for a solution to the title dispute while heading the Supreme Court bench hearing the matter. Responding to the CJI's remark, the Samajwadi Party MP hurled a slang from the streets at the country's top jurist.
कोई सीजीआई संबंध में सवाल ही किसी ने नहीं पूछा. Nobody has asked any question about CJI. CJI is a very erudite person, excellent person. अरे हमने कौन सी टिप्पणी की जब तक सीजीआई के बारे में किसी ने पूछा ही नहीं था. कोई सवाल हमसे किसी ने पूछा नहीं है. कहाँ से चला दिया किसी ने? हमसे सवाल पूछा मिल्कीपुर वाले. हमने कानून है वो सही है, नहीं हो सकता जब तक पिटीशन है. और कुछ सवाल पूछे थे उसके बारे में. बहराइच के बाद सीजीआई वाली चीज कहाँ से घुस गई?
The BJP came out firing at Akhilesh's uncle, saying that his comment amounted to contempt of court.
रामगोपाल यादव जी ने जिस तरह की शब्दावली का इस्तेमाल सुप्रीम कोर्ट के प्रधान न्यायाधीश के प्रति किया है, ये न्यायपालिका की अवमानना भी है. समाजवादी पार्टी के संस्कारों को दिखाता है कि समाजवादी पार्टी देश के संविधान पर भरोसा नहीं करती, देश की स्वतंत्र न्यायपालिका पर भरोसा नहीं करती और गाली गलौज की भाषा का इस्तेमाल कर रही है. ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, बहुत निंदाजनक है और समाजवादी पार्टी को प्रोफेसर रामगोपाल यादव के खिलाफ कठोर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए. वो अपने नाम में प्रोफेसर लिखते हैं लेकिन उनके आचरण शैतान बच्चों जैसे हैं.
The Congress meanwhile scoffed at the CJI over his comment, saying that he should have prayed for justice in other cases as well. The BJP shot back at Congress, saying that it was customary for people to pray before embarking on any major task.
मैं तो जुडिशरी और जुडिशरी से रिलेटेड मैटर्स पे कमेंट नहीं करना चाहूँगा और सीजीआई तो बहुत बड़ी संस्था होती है, उससे हम अपने आप को कमेंट से हम बचेंगे. मगर एक बात तो तय है, चाहे गणपति जी की पूजा हो, चाहे ईश्वर की आराधना हो, जो अपोजिशन वाले हैं और ख़ास करके जो इंडिया अलायंस के लोग हैं, जो कांग्रेस के साथी हैं, उन्हें कभी ईश्वर की पूजा भाती नहीं है.
The controversy follows the row over a viral clip of the Chief Justice of India hosting Prime Minister Narendra Modi for Ganpati prayers at his residence.
On one hand, Congress has said that other pressing issues would have been resolved if CJI would have prayed for it. And on the other hand, Ram Gopal Yadav of SP was seen abusing on camera when he was asked about his reaction on CJI's statement. Remember, this has come days after CJI was joined by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his home for Ganesh Aarti.
As the opposition guns for the CJI again, we ask, should contempt proceedings follow against Akhilesh's uncle for calling names to the country's foremost legal custodian?
All right, moving on. A day after a low-intensity blast shook North Delhi, and the Delhi police got into action. An FIR has been registered, and the police, in fact, has also written to the London-based platform Telegram because a Khalistan-linked handle released a statement effectively claiming responsibility for the attack, and the police is looking at all aspects, including this one. Let's look at details of what's there in the FIR and how the probe has moved in the last 24 hours in this report.
The probe into the low-intensity blast outside a CRPF school in North Delhi's Rohini took an intriguing new twist on Monday. According to top sources, Delhi police wrote to UK-based messenger service Telegram seeking details of a channel by the name Justice League